German unemployment in May rose more than 4 times than initially expected, with the number out of work jumping to 21,000 to 2.96 million. Joining me on the line to discuss this further is Jeremy Cook, Chief Economist at World First. Jeremy, what did you make of the German unemployment figures for May released today?
Well, obviously the 21,000 increase was a bit of a surprise. It was four times what the market was expecting. And actually, looking back over the figures, we have seen similar numbers, but it's actually the largest since April 2009. So you have to look at that and go, wow, that is a big surprise. The one thing is, however, is the unemployment rate hasn't changed at all. It's still 6.9%, which is only 10 basis points above a 20-year low, a 2-decade low for the unemployment rate in Germany. So in the grand scheme of things, if this is just a blip, because the number has been fairly volatile of late, if the number is just a blip, then that's not too much of a worry. However, it's the start of a trend towards a weakening unemployment market, then it could be the start of or a further decline for Germany, which may start to see a change away from the fiscal policy that's been so heavily adopting of late.
Increasing numbers of unemployed people from debt-laden Euro countries such as Greece, Italy and Portugal are flocking to Germany in hope of finding work. Do you think this is a good or bad thing for the German economy? And could this cause a shortage of jobs and in turn hike unemployment in the longer term?
In the short term, I think it's probably a good thing. We heard Angela Merkel talking about how she wanted the youth unemployment in Germany to be brought down by people coming in from other places in the Eurozone to fill the jobs. So they're certainly advertising for people to come from these debt-laden Euro countries, as you put it, to come in and try and help out the German economy. The problem will be that obviously that's quite a fiery political issue as well, and people will start saying, well, why aren't we giving these jobs to German youth as opposed to youth from Greece or Spain? And obviously, in the longer term, if it doesn't work and we start to see more unemployed people just move into Germany and not be able to get a job, then obviously the impact on government finances, on social security costs in that part of the world is only going to increase. So if it goes hand in hand with the recovery, then it's only a good thing, because the labour is going to be cheaper. Than an 18-year-old Greek is going to charge less for his labour than an 18-year-old German, for example. So it's better for business. But if in the longer term, if it doesn't promote a recovery, then it could act as a real albatross for the German economy.
What are your forecasts for German unemployment going forward?
Well, you'd have to say that it's worrying that the way that I'm looking at German unemployment is as a relation to trade. Now, the trade figures that we've seen out of Europe, and in particular out of Germany, have started to be quite scary, in so much that everyone's talking about how you need to export to other places, you need to get away from Europe. 40% of German exports go to Europe. 15% only go to the BRICS. So they need to increase that amount that goes to the BRICS. Obviously, that's what everyone's saying. But we're starting to see a slowdown in the BRICS as well. And if that German trade continues to slow down, because the Europeans aren't going to keep buying the German assets, then where's the buying going to come from? If it doesn't happen, then we're going to see an increase in exporters laying off people, and the unemployment gets worse from there. So if that continues, I can easily see unemployment in Germany start to tick up towards the 7.2, 7.3% over the course of the rest of the year.
And what do you think are the main economic issues Germany faces now?
Well, apart from the trade arguments, you've got kind of the relationship between the Bundesbank, Germany as a whole, and the ECB, and obviously the chatter from the ECB. Obviously, they cut rates earlier this month, but the chatter is now, what else can we do to try and get things going? And obviously, we know the Bundesbank is vehemently anti any form of extraordinary monetary policy. So that's going to be a key economic issue for the Bundesbank in Germany and Germany moving forward. And also, obviously, the Cypriot bailout. The Cypriot crisis confirmed the governments of the core countries are not, prepared to keep all 17 Eurozone countries together, whatever the whatever the cost. It's damaged the relationship between the political relationship, in particular between Germany, because Germany is seen as the ringleader of this. It's damaged the political relationship between Germany and the rest of the peripheral Europe, even further than it has already done. We know, you've seen the scenes of people burning Angela Merkel in effigy and things like that. The key will be over the course of the rest of the year, and this is maybe why the language out of Germany has been slightly less based around austerity and more around support for these countries, is them trying to buy back and try and curry a little more favour with these indebted nations, and trying to get the whole of Europe working together again.
That's all for now, but do check out my Targets in Focus interview looking at G10 currencies. Goodbye for now.